a thinker this time.
Yeah,
This was a real intellectual conversation.
it was.
Good job, guys.
Yeah,
Excellent.
well
I
done.
feel like if we just like did it all over again, I'd be so much better.
You nailed it. Let's go one more take.
Right?
One more
Yeah.
take.
Okay, welcome back to another episode of Coffee with the Mayor. I'm Mayor Lou, and this is Matt Stiles. We're here to keep you updated while we stay caffeinated. So today we have, we'd like to welcome our guests from the Hillsboro Public Library. We have two of our librarians with us. We have Malinda Just and Rhiannon Schmidt. Welcome, ladies. We're glad you're here today.
Thank you.
be here.
Yeah. So, the first thing we always do when we do Coffee with the Mayor, if you've had a chance to watch an episode, is the first thing we do is something called the Mayor's Mugshots. Everybody knows, and I don't know that it's ever going to change. I might have to change it.
You might just
to throw everybody
don't
off.
do it, man. You're
Yeah,
up.
but the mayor likes coffee flavored coffee. No goat milk, no oat milk, no milk of any kind.
That's good. Yeah. Good stuff.
So Matt, no goat milk. Or
No
anything?
oat goat or even coffee. Actually, so this is an Arnold Palmer,
Love
which
it.
you cannot say 5 times fast.
No.
Don't try it.
I do love it.
I do too. They're really good. Lemonade and iced tea, but this time Kathy talked me into strawberry
Ooh.
in addition.
Okay,
So pretty solid drink. I would highly recommend. 5 stars.
She knows how to throw a curveball
She
once in a while,
does.
doesn't
She'll
she?
get you. She'll talk
Yeah.
you into it.
Okay, Malinda, what do you got?
I have a chocolate caramel latte with extra sweet.
Oh, extra.
What's the extra sweet?
I actually don't know how to make it.
Extra.
Probably
sweet.
the syrup on top and
Okay.
the whipped cream, maybe.
That's solid.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a sugar rush right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, I'm with you.
Rhiannon?
I have a toffee nut dark chocolate mocha.
Okay.
I love dark chocolate, and I usually throw some of the flavors in, but I've been sticking to toffee nut for a while.
Okay.
Sophisticated
good.
drinks for sophisticated librarians.
Yeah. I don't know why, but it just seems like if I'm coming to a coffee house, I'm going to drink coffee.
Sure.
Coffee flavored coffee.
Right. Yeah. No, I get it.
Doesn't take a lot of descriptors to describe what I'm drinking.
But if you order coffee flavored coffee anywhere but here at the lovely Rhubarb Market,
True.
would you get coffee flavored coffee, or would they look at you like?
Yeah, I don't know.
You should try it.
Yeah, I guess I could.
You go
I guess
to a
I could
different one
go
and
out
try
there and
That'd be a good one.
get out on the edge of the limb and saw it off behind me.
I'm gonna get you a T-shirt that says coffee flavored coffee.
There you go. Let's start off today, ladies, and let's let everybody know what's a typical day at the library look like for you two librarians.
We actually don't have any full-time staff at the library.
Yeah.
So we have our director is Jeannie Bartle, and then Rhiannon and Sarah Major and myself make up our staff. And so we do a lot of customer service, checking in books, checking out books, processing books.
Yep.
Then I do a lot of the marketing, and I also do some grant writing. And then my absolute favorite day is the NCKLS delivery day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's every 7 weeks or so.
Okay.
Our North Central Kansas Library delivers a truckload of books and brings them in on a cart, and then we unload it and process all those books, put the displays up, and then we're ready to go for another 7 weeks.
Sweet.
Love that part.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Yeah, you get to touch all these new books.
Yeah, right on.
Yep.
Right on. What about you, Rhiannon? Anything you do that's a little different from
Well,
what
typically all that stuff.
Right.
Also, I plan story times that we do in the fall and in the winter.
Hmm.
And I'm working on our summer reading program right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So all that fun stuff. Occasionally I get to do crafts. So
Okay.
love getting paid to color.
Well,
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Malinda the other day was drawing on the window, so that's a skill set you got to have.
Yes,
right?
yes,
So,
yes.
Yeah.
Standing on a ladder and drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
part of the marketing gig?
It is. I do
Nice.
a lot of the window displays
Mhm.
and the book of the month displays.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Love doing that.
how do you pick the book of the month?
This month we're doing colors. So
Okay.
because our summer reading program is going on right now, so Color Our World is the theme. So we're doing colors, and my teen program is spinning a color wheel every week. and we are switching the book colors every week. So we actually just did purple for this
Okay.
time. Yes. Don't know what next week will be. We'll
That'd
let the wheel
Yeah.
decide.
So, does that mean the book of the week was the color purple?
Was it the color for the teens?
Instead of put
Kids,
them.
kids love the
I
color.
don't know if it did.
The kids got to pick them.
Purple.
Oh, I see.
Purplicious got put out though.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Purplicious.
I think of as Harold and Purple Crayon.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Don't even know
I'm not
made
sure
it
if that
out.
one made it out either.
Probably not, because that's not really a teen book. But
Yeah. Well, they had to pick from everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
it's- And the book displays are always kids through adults. So
Yeah.
anything that relates to the theme, then we put them
You can
on.
pull it up. Okay. So you mentioned the summer reading program. That's wrapping up for this year.
Yes.
What did you guys do? What was the fun things this year with the summer reading
The
program?
very first day, we both collaborated with the teens, and then my group, I have 3-year-olds through 5th grade.
God bless you.
And yeah, so I have 4 different classes on Thursdays. So it's really quick change in and out. But all of my groups and her group the day before went out on the sidewalk in front of the city building
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
and made it very beautiful with chalk.
Yeah.
So that was a fun thing that we
You
did.
got to play with chalk.
I did notice that.
Yeah.
That looked
The
nice.
kids pushed it away.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
but the big things right at the front, they were there for
They
a couple
did
days.
stay.
I think
Right.
they lasted until this past rain. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I see you guys doing all kinds of stuff. Of course, we being in the office where you guys are,
right.
we get a first-hand look at all the fun stuff
And
that you get to
listen,
do.
and listen.
It is loud.
Yeah.
It is loud, but you know, it's always a good time, especially enjoy story time. So what do you got cooking for story time this fall?
Oh, well, I have to get there first.
Okay,
But-
fair enough.
I usually try and go with, fall themes, leaves, apples, pumpkins.
Yeah.
We always partner with the city to do the Power Week.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Power Week.
Coming up.
It's coming up in
Yeah,
October.
It'll be here sooner than we think.
You've got all the age brackets in
Yeah.
the summer reading
Yeah.
program.
Mhm.
But story time is more geared towards kids, right?
Yeah, so 3 years to 6-year-olds, and
Okay.
like once they start going to kindergarten and they're not there
They're
during
not
that time.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, so then they kind of
Okay.
age out. But yeah,
So what time do you normally host story time?
10:20 to 11. But it kind of depends on the day. Sometimes we've been switching it around. We tried an afternoon one this last time.
Yeah.
So we'll just kind of see what works for people. I
Okay.
usually offer a couple different options, and then whatever works out,
Okay.
that's what we go with.
The cool part about the summer reading program is that there's like prizes and
Mhm.
incentives and stuff like that. So what kind of cool stuff did you offer this year, and what kind of cool things? I'm assuming you're going to be having an opportunity next year too to
Oh,
do the same
yes,
thing,
yes.
right? So what cool stuff did you have this year?
We got some igloo coupons for
Oh.
free mini snow.
Always a good choice.
Some popsicles and just two icy things, but good for summer.
Oh, it's summertime.
Bubbles, stress balls, like just fun stuff.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
and you can get like gift certificates and stuff too.
Yeah.
Is that-
So for the teen program, we do gift certificates. So their first prize, they tell me a treat that they like, and I go out and buy that for them. And then for their second prize, we have a selection of gift cards. So this year we're using rhubarb and Level Up, and also the Igloo. And then for their third prize, they get to pick a book of their
Oh,
choice.
man.
So
living the dream, right, Lou?
Oh,
You
but
get-
you better believe that. I remember Scholastic ordering
Oh, yeah,
Scholastic
yeah.
books when I was in the elementary school. I mean, that was something
That's
I
good,
looked
babe, yeah.
forward to.
the traveling book fairs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we didn't have those, but we did get the little handouts, what is it,
Yeah.
probably
Paper
once a
thin
month.
Yep.
ones there.
Yeah.
3 pages.
Yeah.
The book orders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would be lying if I didn't say, besides food, maybe, my drug of choice is always a book. It's always going to be a book. And I think my wife is dreading the day when we have to dispose of all the books, either in my office or in our home. So, ours aren't necessarily downstairs, but we do have one
No.
room that's pretty overrun with books at
Oh,
home.
you have a library.
I do.
You
Call it a
own a
library.
I do have a library, and then at work, just wherever I can stack.
You do
them
have
up.
them kind of stacked up.
Yeah,
for
they're
wherever.
kind of everywhere. So
It's okay.
any place, the library, or even when I'm traveling, Barnes and Noble or half price books or something
Mhm.
like that. That's where I go.
Mhm.
That's where you'll find me.
That's where this guy's at.
So I know that there's more than the library is more than books. And, for those that haven't been to the library in a while, what are some of the other resources, services, things that they can either do or get from the library that might keep them informed, entertained, educated, all that stuff?
We have some public computers that are available, free internet, of course, when you're in there. We offer printing services, so black and white color printing, and also fax machine and copies that you can make while you're in there.
Nice.
You might not know that we actually offer cake pans and games to check out that you can take home.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I take that back. I did know that.
Wash afterward. And I always encourage, bring us a piece,
It seems like a fair trade, right?
But and we're working on getting the games. We have a whole bunch of games we got, and so we just are getting them in our system, and then you can take them home.
That's like a dangerous proposition because my kids lose pieces.
Yeah, we're already anticipating that. But
yeah. Do you have like a stock of extra games you can pull out?
You can order extra pieces.
Just order the pieces.
Yeah. So that's kind of how we justified, like, should we? But if you can replace the pieces, so.
I don't know if anybody still has DVDs or CDs or whatever, anymore, but you guys do offer movies, right?
Yes,
and they still go out. With all the streaming, there's still a lot of people that get DVDs from us.
Got that physical media still.
Yeah.
It's amazing how things have changed and evolved, and then it seems like as time goes on, it's quicker and quicker and quicker. But maybe that's just me. I'm old. I'm sorry.
That's right.
Thanks. I needed that.
It's better than the alternative.
Well, true that.
We do offer a selection of newspapers and magazines.
Oh, yeah?
If you want to do that.
Okay.
Do you do any book clubs or anything like that?
There is a book club now. I'm pretty sure you can join at any time. Jeannie is kind of leading it, and they meet once a month on Thursdays.
Nice. Yeah, my mother-in-law is in the book club.
Okay.
So
you've heard
we're
about
all about it. Yes.
Yeah.
Some of the choices are always she always is remarkably surprised by the choices.
I'm sure, or how they make the choices.
Yeah.
So that might be an in book club decision that's a secret society, I think.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. I mean, that's fine. Better, at least you're doing something positive.
Exactly.
It's good for people to have hobbies.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
All right. So you have a lot of resources. That's very cool. And libraries have changed a lot over the years and everything like that. But how do people support the library? What's the best way? Like if Matt Stiles wants to come in and help the library, what's that look like?
Amazingly, coming in and just using our resources, that's huge for us. The state actually looks at the amount of people that we serve throughout the year doing various things. So if you come in and utilize our checking out books or interlibrary loan, or even using the computers, coming in, reading a newspaper, those sorts of things actually really help us for state funding. You can make donations throughout the year for us too. That's very helpful, just a little extra cash flow to do things that we want to do in the library. And we also have an ongoing fundraiser right now. You can come in and purchase tote bags. We have a small tote bag and a large tote bag that have our logo on it.
I heard they're pretty cool.
They are very cool. I'm very proud of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
I heard they're like pretty heavy weight, so
Heavy duty.
You're not going to have your books falling out of those things.
Not at all.
And then there's like inside zipper pocket.
Extra pocket on the
Nice.
reinforced handles.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
some-
Yeah, that's pretty
some
baller.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Tote bag goes. That's pretty.
So I mean, if I was seen walking down the street with one of those on my shoulder, would I be considered cool? One of the cool kids?
In my book,
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. One of the things I like to do, since I'm a pretty big reader, is I'll buy books and I try to make sure that they're either new or in really good shape, but try to donate those. So you guys are always looking for stuff like that too, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Gently used books.
Yes.
Yeah.
And movies too.
Yeah.
We would take movies too. DVDs.
Okay.
And
Probably not VHS.
And everything does have to go through a vetting process once they're donated. So you just have to be okay with it going on our book sale. Maybe it doesn't necessarily mean we'll put it on our shelves, but book sale usually it would make it on theirs.
When's the book sale?
all the
That's
time.
ongoing.
Ongoing
Well,
rolling
yes.
book sale.
Yeah.
Okay.
A
We also-
dollar a book.
We have
So,
a free
good deal.
Yeah, a free shelf outside.
Yeah,
In
I-
the hallway.
There's lots of
Yes.
stuff on there.
Always see people going through there.
Yeah.
There's shocking a number of people
I
who
know.
rifle through that stuff.
But
So
good.
yeah, it's good.
It is
Finding
good.
a new home.
Yeah, I know.
So we've talked a lot about books in general. Let's talk about books maybe in more specific terms. What are some of your personal favorite books? I'll let whoever wants to go first.
I love all of John Green's books.
Okay.
Mhm.
He's just I found his books in high school and I love them. They're pretty good. I'm not a typical like adult reader. I still like to read a lot of YF, like high school age. So that, maybe some romance, some fantasy.
Okay.
I do read a lot of kids' books right now because I have young kids.
Sure. Yeah.
And
Yep,
story time
yep,
and stuff like that.
yep.
And one of my favorite books is called The Book with No Pictures.
Oh yeah.
So obviously no pictures, and it's just like the book is telling you that you have to make all these funny words and stuff. So the kids love it. I think I read it one time in story time 4 times. So they love that one.
Oh yes.
So you mean there's some imagination involved?
I know, it's crazy,
Isn't
right?
it? Yeah, wild.
Yeah, it's,
Some of my favorite authors right now are Catherine Center, who actually just came out with her brand new book, and I looked forward to the release date to get that one in the mail. It was very happy mail for me. And then Kristen Hanna is another favorite of mine. She writes a lot of historical fiction, which I love a good historical fiction book where I learn something about the past in fiction form. I love that type of learning style. And she does a great job at that. And then an author I found in 2025 that I have just really enjoyed a lot is Kayla Olson.
Okay.
She's a lot of fun too.
Very good.
what's she write?
She wrote, the ones I've read of hers are The Lodge and The Reunion.
Okay. What's the genre?
Oh, rom-coms.
Rom-com.
That one.
Okay,
Yep,
gotcha.
rom-com.
Right. Well, I probably my area of specific is like world history and
Yeah.
specifically kind of World War II type history. And then love biographies, love especially presidential or even military, leader biographies. I think I said it on a previous Coffee with the Mayor, but probably one of my favorite books over time has been Lonesome Dove by Larry
Oh, that's
McMurtry.
right. Yep.
And, I love a lot of his other books as well, but that one in particular, have you ever read a book more than once?
Yes.
Mhm.
What's the most times you probably ever read a book?
Twice.
I don't know. I go back to Little House on the Prairie series a lot. So I don't know. I'm not sure how many times I've read it.
I'm thinking Lonesome Dove maybe 6 times
Six?
at
I'd
least.
say some of
Big book.
Little House
Yeah.
on the Prairie, I've done that at least
Yeah.
that many times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
sit it down and after a while, something will trigger me and I'll just pick it back
Yeah.
up and I won't even read the whole thing. I'll just go to that section of the book that came to mind and I'll read that again.
Read that.
And it's always, just certain people have a way with words that I can't even explain it, but it just really is impactful.
I think I was trying to think the book I've read. My favorite book of all time is To Kill a Mockingbird.
Good
And I've
book.
read that book.
Good book.
How many times? I read that to my kids while they were babies, which I don't know if
See,
that's a good
what's
idea.
your daughter's name?
Harper?
Shocking.
Weird.
Yeah, it is.
Weird.
Strange.
It's weird. I'm not ashamed to say, I've read the Harry Potter books several times because every time a new one came out, you had to start from the beginning and read the whole thing again. So, and of course, they get progressively longer as they go. So it's a little bit of an endeavor each time. And I've read The Lord of the Rings several times, and I'm kind of in that genre. But if I was going to pick up something and read it, like on the beach, it's probably going to be a biography or something. Good stuff.
Yeah, very
Have you ever
good.
read Project Hail Mary?
Yes, I actually on my last vacation I just read that one. That's a good one. They're making that new movie too.
It's great. I actually haven't opened that one up yet, but it's on my list.
I'm gonna spoil it for you, but
My TBR list. I have a lot. I'm so
good. You should definitely read it.
Anybody read Dune?
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
another one as a teenager
Dune.
that I enjoyed, and I've read it.
Haven't
That's
read
how
that
two or
one.
three
think-
Yeah, it's a
Just
healthy tome.
Replaced our copies with newer versions since the movie came out.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to
Mm.
revive it.
There you
That's
go.
good though, guys. You can grab onto like the movie's
Yeah.
popularity and push it
no.
into
When something gets checked out a lot, I'm like, is this about to be?
this is the movie. It's like it's the movie.
And then I find out it is. So.
Yeah. Well, Project Hail Mary is gonna be a movie.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal I think is gonna
Oh.
be. Yeah. All right, well, let's get back to the conversation. What other exciting changes, renovation? What's going on in the library that's exciting that's coming up? Anything that we should know about or the community needs to know about?
Right now, we actually still have, it's our 2025 reading challenge that we started this year. It's an A to Z reading challenge. So what we're doing with that is it's not titles, it's the authors of the books. So we're trying to get people to branch out in their reading habits, myself included, because now I'm halfway through and I'm like, okay, now I have to branch out a little bit and pick something else out. But this is going to go all the way through December. So it's not too late to start at this point still. We have like 6 months left.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
You're going to
like
have to crash it, though. You're going to have to get to it.
To maybe start soon, but yes, can still join that. So we have all the paperwork at the library, guidelines.
All 26 letters.
Yeah, to get the prize. So the first half, you can read 13 books and you'll get a gift certificate to somewhere of your choice in Hillsboro. And then for the final prize, it's a book of your choice. $15 value or less from Amazon. So it's a really fun challenge. And we have been really, really excited about the participation in this. We have passed out almost, I would say, over 100.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Book records. Yes.
Okay, cool.
We've had several people finish.
We have had a
finisher.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
But we also have, in August, we're going to do a free clothing giveaway. So back in May, we had our library rummage sale. So a lot of the stuff, we get a lot of clothes donated. So we've been holding on to that. And then in August, we're going to have a free giveaway so that you can just come. We did that 2 years ago in December. And it went over really well. So just to get rid of everything that we
get a lot of clothes donated.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's kind of really surprising.
That's usually what doesn't sell at people's garage sales. And so yes. Also next year, in 2026, the library will be 100. So we're we're in the works of coming up with some ideas for some events, and so look forward to that next year.
Okay.
And then in September is, of course, Arts and Crafts Fair Day. So we last year, for the first time, tried to do a kids' craft space. And so we're going to revisit that again this year and see how many attendees we can get. They made some really neat stuff last year. So we're going to try again, see how it goes.
So that's something basically that kids can do while their parents are out shopping. Is that it or not?
No, it's not a drop off.
I wanted to give you a chance to clarify.
Adult supervision, please.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But if you're inside, it's a nice, cool place to.
Yeah, that is the benefit. The air conditioning can be a real pro.
Yeah.
Holy cow, it does get hot.
I guess we're to that point where Callie always comes up with something extremely interesting for us to do or compete in or just allow the mayor to show his ignorance, in some event.
Done well, Lou.
Yeah. And today is no different, apparently, because we're going to do Monologue Mad Libs. Now, I don't know if either of you have ever done Mad Libs before. That's something we actually like to do with our grandchildren. And for some reason, at Christmas time, that's always kind of a fun event. So we get Christmas themed Mad Libs, and
I like it.
And it's interesting how many times certain words can be used, especially by little ones, because they think it's funny. So we're going to take an envelope here. So I am going to let you guys choose one. So just pick one of those. Okay, Matt.
Pick that one.
All right. And then inside is going to be a Mad Lib, and we've got pencils here if you need them. And also, Callie is just always so thoughtful. She has got a variety of things for us to kind of use. We've got past participle verbs. If you were wondering what those are. Just a couple examples. Canoodled, scribbled. What else we got here? Chomped. Those are 3 past participle verbs you might use. We've got some adjectives, and then we've got abstract nouns as opposed to normal everyday nouns. So that would be kindness, bravery, creativity, gibberish. That's one of my favorite
gibberish.
Abstract nouns, gibberish. And then, of course, the always helpful verbs. So, all right, we're going to take our opportunity now to open our envelopes and get started on our Mad Lib.
The important thing to remember here is these are monologues from classics in literature.
Yes.
So
Oh, yes.
Callie's got a degree in literature, and so these are all classics in literature, and they'll be dramatically read.
And then, yeah, we're gonna switch it up at the end when we're done, and we're gonna take turns reading each other's in a dramatic fashion, of course.
Yeah.
This is something that literature, great literature, is always, dramatic in some form or fashion, right?
For sure.
So, with that, we will get started. If you guys need any of these wonderful cheat sheets, help yourself, avail yourself of those.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
I did give my own.
I did not.
Oh, I did too. Here.
Copy.
There you go. Okay. If there's going to be any fumbling or stumbling, let it be on me. How's that? Does that seem noble or a noble gesture?
That is
on
a
my
noble
part?
gesture. Yeah, that's good for you to
Or is that
follow the word.
or is that a foolish and what's the words from Animal House? Well, I'm just the guy.
You're just the guy.
I'm just the guy.
I feel it.
Okay, so here we have Nick's final reflection from F. Scott Fitzgerald, The Great Gatsby.
Not the good Gatsby.
Not
great
the
Gatsby.
Great Gatsby. As I sat there, standing on the old unknown trampoline, I thought of Gatsby's wonder when he first picked out the purple light at the end of Daisy's necklace. He had come a long way to this red house,
Yep.
and his dream must have seemed so silky that he could hardly fail to wiggle. He did not know that it was already behind him, somewhere back in that vast, bouncy house beyond the library, where the dark fields of the books rolled on under the midnight.
Oof. I feel like that.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
So good. So good.
Hey, who wants to go next?
I'll go.
All
Get
right.
it out of the way.
Rhiannon's
Not
going to
everybody
do it. Here we go.
Okay. I have Hamlet's soliloquy.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
From William Shakespeare's Hamlet.
There
Okay.
you go.
I feel like I need to be holding up a skull.
Yeah, let's find you something.
To crackle or not to crackle? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the elbow to pop, the eyes and ears of brave fortune, or to take chaos against a sea of troubles, and by sniffing end them, to ship to twirl no more, by a whimsy to say, we end the elbow ache and the crackling natural shocks. That loyalty is heir to, 'tis a kindness devoutly to be wished.
It's so beautiful.
Lots of elbow
Bard.
there.
Bard.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay, I have Mr. Darcy's first proposal from Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. In sadness, I have struggled. It will not do. My intelligence will not be canoodled. You must allow me to tell you how ardently I wash and press you. In declaring myself thus, I am fully aware that I will be going expressly against the wishes of my Nana, my zebra, and I hardly need to admit, my own Mercedes-Benz. Almost from the earliest moments of our powwow, I have come to feel for you a passionate pride and prejudice. I beg you most ardently to reclaim my billy goat and consent to be my custodian.
Nice.
So good. So good. All right. I don't know if I can follow that. This is The Creature's Lament from Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Okay.
Yeah. I am grumpy because I am not sad. I am not jiggled and sniffed by all houses. You, my creator, would run me to pieces in triumph. Remember that and tell me why I should pity man more than he pities me. Shall I dribble man when he writes me? Let me live with me in the shark of youth, and instead of mug, I would bestow every slime upon him with tears of coffee at his acceptance. But that cannot be. Human fingers are insurmountable bikes to our union. Yet mine shall not be the submission of females. I cannot inspire sneakiness. I will cause fireworks.
Yes.
That might be the best one yet.
I'm telling you.
This is a good game.
It's a good game. You know, every mayor, you know, I got to say, should have a Cali. That's all I tell you. You know,
that's a great.
That's right. So that kind of brings us to the end of this episode of Coffee with the Mayor. Malinda and Rhiannon, thank you so much for being here. It's been a lot of fun hearing about what's going on at the library, and of course, you know, we're going to tell everybody to get down to the library.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on, a lot more than any of us thought, and by doing that, you're not only serving yourself, but you're serving the library and serving your community, right?
Yep.
So we always give our guests an opportunity to plug social media or any other ways that you would like people to interact. So somebody want to tell us where we can find the library?
Sure. We have a Facebook page. It is, if you're searching on Facebook, Hillsboro Public Library, KS. So we always appreciate liking our page and then interacting with any posts that we make. That helps us break through the algorithm, because pesky algorithms.
Yeah.
And then our website is hillsboro.lib.nckls.org. So it's kind of a mouthful. Might be easiest just to search for Hillsboro Public Library.
Hillsboro, Kansas. Make sure you
Yes, make sure again that we're going to Kansas.
Yep.
But
All
you
right.
can access our book catalog
Online catalog. Yeah.
on through that website too. So
Nice.
Can you do interlocal library loan through there, or is that just something you still got to come in?
you'll have to come through the library.
Or
Another reason to come into the
Come in,
library.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, if we don't have it, we can get it for you.
That's
There
right.
And
you
you
go.
can also utilize Libby,
Yeah.
Libby app, which a lot of people like to do that. So
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You know, a book is a key that unlocks so many things. I told one of my grandchildren lately that a book can take you anywhere.
Mhm.
And, I have definitely made use of books in that way to take me to places around the world that I still want to go, but I feel like I've been there in some
Yeah.
ways, through a book. So, yeah. Anyway, so, the place that people can connect with Coffee with the Mayor and with the city. Of course, on the city, we've got the city of Hillsboro.net
Correct.
to get to our website. We've got the City of Hillsboro on Facebook,
And book base. Yep.
and but specifically Coffee with the Mayor episodes, which drop on the final Friday. This episode will drop June 27. But you can pick us up on our YouTube channel and on Spotify. And I'm still a little bit amazed that Callie hooked us up with Spotify, but
Right.
it's just one more way to make me feel like a legend in my own mind,
Legend.
So with that, we're going to sign off for this month's episode. We're going to ask Hillsboro to stay caffeinated, and we're going to keep you updated. So until next time, be good, Hillsboro.